Hello and welcome. I'm the Big Shot Critic, and today I think I can make 6 videos out of this movie. There are so many good lessons to learn and other fun things, and I want to cover it all. I mean, obviously, none of it matters. For one thing, Independence Day was 9 days ago as of recording, so I kind of missed the boat. But I'm going to cover it all anyway, and I'm going to tell you why it matters. And then after that, I'm going to tell you why it doesn't. If you take a serious look at Independence Day, something you should never do, the first thing you'll notice is the structure. It starts on July 2nd and ends on July 4th. I don't remember when I realized this was a deliberate demarcation of the first, second, and third acts, but it is. It's a very traditional choice, with the dates acting like curtain drops, separating the acts of a stage play. In theater, that's done so the stagehands have time to rearrange the set, so to see that done in a movie is very uncommon. In the commentary by Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, Dean reveals that the studio was pressuring them to change the title of the movie, probably for the sake of international audiences. Using these date tags keeps audiences aware that the 4th of July is coming, and really helps to justify the title of the movie. And with so many characters doing so many things, the date cards help with clarity. Dean also said that the words Independence Day were tagged onto the end of President Whitmore's speech in response to the studio pressuring them to change the name of the movie. This must have happened really early on because, believe it or not, Bill Pullman recorded that speech on his first day. No pressure, right? People say this movie's corny, shallow, schmaltzy, but everybody loves that speech. Everybody loves that speech. In fact, leave a like if you love that speech.
Do it.
President Whitmore's speech was loosely based on the St. Crispin's Day speech from Henry V. That's right, Shakespeare.
That fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day!
And don't think Roland and Dean were BSing their way through this one. There is clear and deliberate use of rhythm and prose. It's no accident this speech is a classic.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
And here's an interesting tidbit. Independence Day was all set to have the full participation of the Department of Defense. They were going to have access to real military uniforms, fighter jets, military bases, and personnel, but the DoD made one demand that the filmmakers had to decline. They wanted Area 51 taken out of the story. Well, of course the filmmakers said no. I just think that's so interesting. Of all the hang-ups the DoD could have, Area 51 wasn't declassified yet, but everyone knew there was a no-fly zone over the Nevada desert. Everyone knew there was a military base out there. If anything, denying participation for this reason only made it more certain that Area 51 was real. Leave a comment if you think that's as weird as I do. By the way, the chaplain serving at Area 51 who marries Steve and Jasmine, that's Ron Howard's dad. It doesn't seem like it today, but Independence Day was actually a very budget-conscious production, and that shows best in the special effects, where they did a lot of cheap and really effective tricks. This shot with the White House in the background is actually done with a model using forced perspective. That's in camera. This shot of Air Force One from the movie, those are models, and the background is a blown-up high-resolution photo. It's all one shot done in camera. This shot here is forced perspective in camera with a model airplane and a model runway in front of a real airport. These F-18s in the background are rear-mounted models being gently moved up and down, also in camera. This shot of thousands of Rohirrim charging into battle against thousands of orcs, in camera. This shot of Thor throwing Stormbreaker at Thanos, in camera. Okay, so 2 of those are a lie, but whatever. Did I mention that Mrs. Whitmore's Secret Service agent is played by Matthew Perry's dad? Anyway, David Arnold did the music, and he did really good. It's a great soundtrack. I like it a lot. This is a movie channel. I don't know how to talk about music, but I love David Arnold. So let's talk about aliens instead. The Independence Day aliens are so simple. They don't even have a name. I love that. All we know about them is that they come from space, they shoot lasers, and they kill humans. Keeping them so simple makes the alien threat more mysterious, which adds to the danger. But it also makes room for all of the human characters, and there are a lot. And that's important because unity and cooperation is the major theme of the movie.
We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest.
To express this theme of many people facing a common threat, Roland and Dean borrowed heavily from the structure of 1974's The Towering Inferno. Hopefully not too heavy, because that structure burned down.
Got him! Got him!
That movie is about the fictional tallest building in the world catching fire during the opening festivities, and a bunch of people get stuck inside. There are a lot of characters, and the movie can handle them because the antagonist is so simple. It's fire. And that's why Independence Day makes the alien threat as simple as possible.
What is it you want us to do?
It's simple and beautiful.
Okay, have you ever heard the word subversion? Or how about subverting expectations? It's a really popular excuse nowadays for when your movie is garbage and you want to explain away why people don't like it. Oh, they just don't like their expectations being subverted. That's the excuse that woke filmmakers use when their movie inevitably bombs, and that happens a lot these days. If you want to see what subversion really is, look at Independence Day. When Steve first sees the alien ship and Jasmine comes outside to offer him coffee, she sees it too and gasps. And then what happens? She drops the cup of coffee, right? No. Perfect subversion right here. You're expecting her to drop the cup of coffee and to see it shatter, and they know that.
You want some of this coffee? Babe. Boom, boom, boom.
Or how about the Secretary of Defense and the General who are constantly with the President throughout the whole movie? Again, you know the cliche. The General is always pushing for armed conflict and violence, and the President has to reel him in and resist throughout the whole story, right? Not here.
We may need to upgrade to DEFCON 3.
Absolutely. General, contact NORAD. You tell them we've upgraded to DEFCON 3.
That's not what the president
What did
said.
you think
Days
that's
away
a-
from...
This is how real filmmakers subvert expectations. Although if you go to a movie expecting it to be good, and it turns out to be garbage, technically that counts too. By the way, that other random White House guy
% of the armed forces out on weekend leave.
is Chris Pine's dad. In my review of Godzilla, I talked about how good the exposition is. That's also a Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin movie, and in Independence Day, their exposition is even better. When David first explains the signal he found, it's funny because he doesn't even realize there's an alien invasion. The exposition is hidden in a gag.
You listening?
Can you believe this? David, haven't you been watching?
When David explains the signal to the president, it's tense because we know these two characters have a bad history. The exposition is hidden behind character dynamics.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he listen? Because last time I saw him, we got into a fight.
You walked in the room and punched him in the head.
He's talking about aliens hiding a signal, and that exposition is hidden in a signal. And what really separates the men from the boys when it comes to exposition is this. Check it out. Two generals at a door. Who's in charge? Did you see that? He made the other one open the door. Now you know who's in charge. Simple staging exposition that doesn't even consciously register, but helps you know what's going on. Why does Independence Day matter? Because to craft a movie this well takes incredible skill. To make a perfect blockbuster like this takes such a high awareness of what an audience is and how people think. It takes intuition and practice and great collaboration with hundreds of extremely talented people. You can learn a lot from Independence Day. But you're not supposed to learn a lot. That's not what these filmmakers wanted. They want you to stand up and cheer, not sit down and study. By showing you how skillful they are, I've proven they aren't skillful at all. So none of it matters.
Oops.
Unless you go watch Independence Day and enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like and comment. That stuff really helps me out. And share this video with your friends. Bye-bye.